All right. So yesterday we did a bunch of math and we did AM modulation. But today we're going to actually do it in hardware. We're going to use a mini circuits model ZLW-1B. It is a 500 megahertz mixer. So let's see if we can't get the same picture using hardware. All right, so we're going to do it in hardware now. We have it all hooked up. We've got the 200 megahertz going into the RF port. We have the 50 megahertz going into the LO port, and the IF port is connected to the spectrum analyzer. And here's our 150, and there's our 250. And if I reach down here and twiddle the LO, it goes back and forth just like it did before. Now we're going to get some extra stuff down here because the mixers aren't perfect. They start mixing on top of mixing. It takes, we were taking two things and mixing them together. Now we've got extra things and they can mix with each other. They can do incestuous things. So you're going to get a bunch of birdies or harmonics or whatever you want to call these things, mixing byproducts. They're going to be in there. And but we can go down to, let's say, 10 megahertz again. Go down to 10. Yeah, here's 10. Here's 10 megahertz. They're close together. Zip, zip in and out. Go back up to 50. And even bigger. Here's 100. Yeah, things aren't going to fit on the screen. But yeah, there you go. You can do the same thing in hardware than you could in software. All right. So let's talk about the data sheet a little bit on a mixer. I've just chosen this one. This is one that I have. It is a mini circuits. Well, it's right here. ZEM 4300. 4300 means it's 4.3 gigahertz, 3400 megahertz. And when you get these things, they have three connectors on them, right? And they're going to be marked. This one is marked R, L, and I. RF, LO, and IF is what they stand for. So, let's talk about those and how you use this thing. So it says this works from 300 megahertz to 4300 megahertz, okay? And it talks about LO power. This is what a mixer looks like inside. And I'm not going to talk about that. If you go over to Alan's channel, W2AEW, he did a really good video on mixers. Maybe I'll put a link down below on his video. I am still a bit confused about mixers. And I would like to learn more. So once I learn more, maybe I'll do my own video on mixers. But they are kind of mysterious to me right now. So you can see these are marked also. Here's the L and here's the R. And there's this bridge in here. If you just kind of ignore that in the middle, then this one and this one look exactly the same, right? You have a three winding transformer and a 3-winding transformer. You would think these are interchangeable, okay? And for first order effects, they are sort of interchangeable. But if you take a look at a data sheet, this one calls out the RF frequencies and the LO frequencies, and you can see the RF frequencies range from 300 megahertz to 4300 megahertz, but the LO frequencies only go from 400 megahertz to 42 megahertz, 4.2 gigahertz. So they are a little bit different. They are not completely interchangeable. So be aware of that. You get the biggest range on the RF side, and you get a little bit smaller range on the LO side. All right. Now, LO, well, we heard LO before also. We heard LO being plus 7 dBm. That's quite a bit of power. And that's for the LO. And that comes in here And what it does is it has to come in and it has to operate these diodes. So you need enough power in the mixer to bias these diodes up to so they work in the right range. Remember I said that the mixing products are due to a multiplication. And you look here and you say, well, where's the multiplication? Well, it's kind of a little bit of a hand wave, but they always say, well, it's from a nonlinear device. And you say, well, yeah, I understand that. I've heard those words before, but what does that really mean, nonlinear device? And why does that really work? So imagine the diodes have a curve. And imagine the curve is sort of logarithmic, okay? So when you add two logarithms, you're actually multiplying the two numbers. So if you take the logarithm of A plus the logarithm of B, you're actually multiplying A times B, okay? And so this is sort of a logarithmic thing, and you're adding that in, right? You really can't multiply here, you're adding, but you're adding a logarithm, which is like a multiply, and that's kind of the hand wave of why a nonlinear device actually does a multiplication. All right, anyway, like I said, I'm a little confused about these things still, and maybe I'll do a video someday. Anyway, so you've got this one operates and this one that operates. And you can see that this one ties on the bridge this way. This one ties on the bridge this way. And so you say, oh, that's completely symmetric. And so this one should be absolutely the same. But you do take a signal off of the I port, okay? And we talked about the frequency range of the L and the frequency range of the R. Okay, that's right here. The R frequencies and the L frequencies being a little bit different, but sort of the same. We look here at some other numbers. We're not going to go through the data sheet right now. But what I do want to point out is in the graphs, we'll see graphs that go from 300 to 4300. Okay, great. 300 to 4300, 300 to 4300, 300 to 4300. See all these graphs. But look at this graph. This graph only goes from 0 to 1000. Okay, and that is the IF port. Okay, so we talked about LO. We talked about RF, but this is the IF, and it only goes from 0 to 1000. So in fact, this really should be on the data sheet right up front. This is the LO, okay? The IF, I'm sorry, not the LO, the IF. I don't want to confuse you guys. I'm confused enough. This is the IF section, okay? The IF section will only go from DC to 1000, right? So if you're going to use this to mix things, okay, and let's say you have 4 gigahertz coming in, and you want to mix it to 3000, and you're going to put in 1000, okay? So if you put in 4 gigahertz here and 3 gigahertz here, you can get 1 gigahertz out the I because it's within range. But if you tried to do it differently, if you tried to put RF here and you tried to put the IF into the LO port, then the IF is out of range. You can't get 3 gigahertz out this connector. And so what you use as the input and output and intermediate, it sometimes kind of goes against the way that you normally think of mixers. But there's ways to hook them up correctly down converting, and there's ways to hook them up converting. And that's where I always get confused, and sometimes it seems like I have to break the rules. Some mixers may actually have filters built into them of some sorts where because they have a whole bunch of mixing byproducts, you might want to have something in the mixer that throws away certain frequencies. I'm not quite sure about that. Maybe it's just inherent to the part. Like I said, I'm still kind of confused about mixers, but just be aware. For this video, be aware that all 3 ports do not have equal frequency ranges. Even the RF and LO ports have slightly different frequency ranges, and the IF port has a radically different place. And think about it. If you were going to take, so the RF you can put in 4 gigahertz, and the LO you can put in 2 gigahertz, and you could get 2 gigahertz out. Nope. The IF won't let you take out 2 gigahertz. Okay, we'll put in 4 gigahertz here, and we'll put in 2 gigahertz here, and we'll get 2 gigahertz out here. Well, this one can output 2 gigahertz, but this one can't input 2 gigahertz. So there's no way to use this device with 4 and 2. It just won't work. This one always has to be in the range of 0 to 1. So whether you're up converting or down converting or whatever, this one has to be in the range of 0 to 1. So yeah, they are a bit strange to use. And in fact, I put a cheat sheet on the back of mine, making sure that I remembered that the IF port is DC to 1 gigahertz. And they are DC. You can actually go down to DC on these things, which is kind of weird because the diodes operate at DC. All right, there you go.